So I got a story for you about a missing bolt, right? So the other day I was out in the garage just doing my thing, getting my trailer together ready for the weekend for this tree job I'm gonna do. Tightening bolts down, checking lights, making sure everything was right. And like always, I thought I had everything I needed laid out. But if you've ever worked in a garage, especially my garage, right, you know how that goes. So there's always that one tool that disappears the second you need it. I don't know where it goes. Maybe there's like this secret portal somewhere next to the toolbox that leads to a universe made completely out of 10mm sockets and drill bits, because I promise you, they vanish without a trace. Anyways, I'm tightening everything down and I realize something. One bolt is missing, just one. And for a split second, I thought, that'll be all right. It's just one bolt, what's the big deal? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that one missing bolt could cause the whole thing to rattle apart going down the road, or something catastrophic to happen. So that's when it hit me. Life's kind of like that trailer, you can have 99 things right, but that one little gap, that one area you leave unattended, that one person who doesn't fulfill their role, one part of your life you keep saying, I'll fix later, I'll fix tomorrow. That one gap can cause a whole lot of shaking. So I stopped what I was doing and I went digging through my bucket of random bolts, the one full of stuff you save just in case. The one my wife says is junk, but I call it strategic inventory, huh? So anyways, after a few minutes of digging, I found a bolt that fit. It wasn't perfect, right? But it fit good enough to hold things together. And as I tightened it down, I started thinking, that's exactly how God works. Sometimes when people don't step up to do what they're supposed to, he uses you, or even something that may not seem like a perfect fit, to fill that gap. In the book of Judges, there's a story about Deborah and Barak. I think I said his name right, Barak, yeah, something like that. Anyways, God called Barak to lead his people into battle, right? But Barak hesitated. He didn't have enough faith to move forward. So God, you know what God did? He raised up Deborah, a woman full of courage and faith, to step in and fill that gap. And because of her obedience, Israel found victory. You see, sometimes we sit around waiting for someone else to fix what's broken. The leader to step up, a friend to apologize, the world to change. But maybe God's saying, hey, you're the one I chose to step up and tighten this bolt. And the funny part is, God doesn't ask us if we're qualified. He just looks for someone willing to grab a wrench and say, all right, Lord, use me. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Sometimes filling the gaps means extra work, and you don't always get the credit for that, right? Deborah didn't do it for the glory. She did it because she loved God, huh? And her people. So, and that's how we should move too. So here's the truth, right? If you stay in daily contact with God, like the devotional I did earlier said, he'll show you the gaps before they become cracks. He'll guide you to the loose bolts before things fall apart. Because when he's your foundation, no amount of missing pieces can shake what you're building. So maybe you're like that trailer today, right? You've been rattling a little bit, feeling like something's off, or maybe you're like that missing bolt, feeling overlooked or unforgotten. Either way, God sees you, and he's tightening you up or using you to hold something together. And don't worry if things get messy. Even the best mechanics, right? We get our hands greasy, okay? So what matters is that you keep showing up, working, and trusting that God's putting every piece in his place. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's not about having a perfect trailer. It's about having a solid foundation and a willing heart and faith that keeps you rolling straight down the road, no matter what bumps you hit along the way. I hope you got something out of this today. Please like and share with a friend and subscribe. Amen.